Let's start discussing one of the key systems that allows cryptocurrencies to actually work. In this segment, we'll be discussing what the blockchain is on a high level. The blockchain is the system which allows all cryptocurrencies to succeed. It is a method of decentralizing records of all transactions through a public ledger and accounting for the blocks of data. In the words of Marc Andreessen, co-founder of Netscape, the practical consequence of the blockchain is for the first time a way for one internet user to transfer a unique piece of digital property to another internet user, such that the transfer is guaranteed to be safe and secure. Everyone knows that the transfer has taken place, and nobody can challenge the legitimacy of the transfer. The consequences of this breakthrough are hard to overstate. End quote. Worded another way, the blockchain is a data system that allows for the transfer of digital assets such as, but not limited to money, that are then transparently recorded via a public ledger of transactions on a decentralized network. Think of it as a continuously growing list of records called blocks, which are linked to each other, hence chain, and secured using cryptographic methods. From a high-level perspective, the blockchain might remind you of things you are already intuitively familiar with, such as a Google Doc that allows multiple users access. A blockchain operates very similarly. Individual users can write entries to a record of information, and a community of users can control how the record of information is amended and updated. And again, similar to the blockchain, a communal Google Docs entries are not the product of one single publisher. Therefore, no individual controls the information. Once we lift the hood, however, the underlying technology that makes blockchain special becomes quite evident. Whereas Google Docs is built using a traditional client-server model, the client-server model allows a user with the correct access credentials to edit entries that are stored on a central location in a server somewhere. Everyone is editing and storing information that is then uploaded by these central servers to a master copy. So when a user accesses the Google Doc, they get the updated version of this master copy. However, the control and management of the database is under the central authority of whoever owns these servers, which in this case is Google. Most large corporations are not unique in that their digital vertebrae is highly centralized, just like governments and large financial institutions. Control is centralized and falls under a central authority. Management, access, and security become the responsibility and oftentimes liability of these central authorities. Sometimes, these centralized authorities might incorporate multiple data centers housing the same information to provide further security in case of an attack or for backup. But this is an expensive solution. Blockchain technology takes a strong deviation from this model. Blockchain does this by distributing the authority of the database. This is what creates a fundamental difference in its conception. This distribution of authority is the pivotal hallmark of the blockchain, and it is of utmost importance for you to understand this as the most important idea if you take nothing else away from this section. In the case of our latter example, the master copy is editable on a server and all users see the new version. However, in the case of the blockchain, every node or computer connected to the blockchain network is reaching the same conclusion in succession. Stated another way, they are coming to a consensus by updating the record of data independently. The result is that the most popular record becomes the effective official record instead of users relying on a master copy. Events on the blockchain are broadcasted across the network, and every node creating their own updated version. This is the pivotal difference that has caused such an uproar. It represents an innovation in information registration and distribution that completely eliminates the need for a third party or central authority to intermediate our digital relationships. The final result is a chain of digital interactions that does not need a third party. The work of validating our digital relationships is inherently built into the elegant and robust nature of the blockchain architecture. As you will learn, the blockchain is not a new technology. The components that make up the blockchain have been around in one form or another for a while now. What is special about the blockchain is the arrangement and application of these components that is so novel and revolutionary. These components are cryptographic keys, the peer-to-peer network, and the Bitcoin protocol. We discuss these individual components in depth in this course, But for now, just understand it is the orchestration and execution of these components that comprise the blockchain in its entirety.